Hello, thumbs up, please. Moon's over my hammy. Blessings to you. Welcome. Hit the thumbs up. Blessings from the homeless guru. Hello. Thumbs up, please. Blessings to you all. May the universe and all it offers bless you. Choking on oatmeal cookies. May Luna and the rest of the earth give you all that you need. May Luna and the earth provide you with everything that you need. Bless you. Be peaceful and prosper. Enjoy what Luna has to offer. Moon over my hammy. If you have any questions of the guru, go ahead and ask. As in, should I invest in XRP? Should I tackle a protester? Or should I just be peaceful and get along with the universe? May I have a thumbs up, please? May everything you wish for be granted. Welcome, Halfwit. I'm getting ready to go to the tent as soon as this live is done. I'm offering blessings with the moon. Luna and the universe will grant you prosperity and everything you desire. Do you see Luna? Bless you all for showing up. Bless you all. And bless the people that donated with your PayPal QR. Bless you. The PayPal QR is in the community posts if you want to support this channel. Give me thumbs up. You don't have to donate. That's up to you. I'll probably just buy more oatmeal cookies and choke on them because I don't have any teeth to chew it up. Bless the itch. That's right. Bless the train in the background. Luna is coming across the sky. The universe is one. Be at one with the universe. Be peaceful. Don't violently protest and throw Molotovs. Don't let George Soros pay you to be evil. That's great, Halfwit. Tea will relax you. A nice warm cup of tea. Are you making green tea? Jasmine tea? What type of tea are you making? tea is good for you. It cleanses your body. There was a guy today that was talking about greenhouse gases and how we're killing ourselves on this planet. But what he doesn't realize is that Tambora exploded and released all kinds of gases and dust into the air. And it actually lowered the temperature of the globe. There's a video called The Year Without Summer. You had the Irish potato famine, the Russian wheat famine. So, here's what I pose as a question to you. If pollution and CO2 actually made the planet cool off by 3 degrees, that's the whole planet. If it made the whole planet cool off by 3 degrees, then how the heck does pollution raise the greenhouse effect? Oh, nice tea. Nice tea. I could even go for some of that myself. I usually drink Earl Grey and add a little bit of like milk tea. Add just a little bit of milk to the tea. The Earl Grey. Earl Grey is really good. I like Earl Grey. If I can't get a good cup of coffee, I'll go for a cup of Earl Grey with some cream or milk in it. You know? No sweetener, just a little bit of cream or milk. It's such a peaceful night. No protesters here. Nobody assassinating anybody here. It's so peaceful. It's very, very nice out tonight. It's not too cold. You wouldn't even need a sleeping bag in the tent tonight. I'm thinking about going sitting in the tent and connecting to my power bank. Because I can always drain the battery in my car by doing it this way. Such a peaceful evening. And the Oakland Athletics walked off, and I made some money with the walk off. It was 1-1. It was plus 104 when I made the bet. I lost the basketball bet, but I won the money back on the baseball bet. Because the universe was at one with me. Make your own luck. Connect to the universe. Don't live in the matrix. I was watching a thing on Randall Carson and volcanic eruption that caused a sunless. That's the one. It's called The Summer or The Year Without Summer. But the thing is that proves, I mean, they do all these scientific, things about global warming and shit. We're still in the last ice age. We're at the end of the last ice age. That's why it's warming up. And plus, the magnetic poles shifted more this year than any other year. It usually only moves like a quarter inch. This year it moved like over an inch. But this is how I disprove their claims about greenhouse gases is if greenhouse gases lowered the temperature when Tambora exploded, supervolcano, then how the hell or how the heck is greenhouse gases warming the planet? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Especially since I seen the UK scientist Phil Jones email sent to the hockey stick man at Pennsylvania University that came up with the hockey stick theory, and the actual words said, "We had to fake the numbers to get the grants." So that means the scientists were screwing us over money. They go, "Oh, well, we could take carbon dioxide samples from Antarctica." Well, of course it's going to be higher there because that used to be a lush green area called Pangaea. Lush green tropical area. Now it's covered in ice. Do we have that much impact? Do we have that much impact? I don't think so. I think we have a slight impact, but I don't think we have that much impact. I think it's more of a natural cycle. And if the poles flip, we're screwed. Pangaea might become Pangaea again and become this lush green tropical area where we might all have to move. The equator, they might have to put on hoodies, right? You know, the universe will take care of us. We were born from the Anunnaki. They capped our DNA so we can't live over 125 years no matter what. They bred us to be their gold mining slaves because their planet was overheating and they wanted the gold flakes to put into their atmosphere to reflect the sun. So if you really want to cool down the earth, just shoot gold flakes up into the atmosphere. It'll reflect the sunlight. Then you can freeze your bulbils off. Do you want to go without being able to eat meat because Kamala Harris doesn't want cattle because they fart and cause methane? Do you really want that? Michael Moore made a movie. He's the very, very ultra liberal person from Detroit, the Flint area. He made a movie called Planet Human. And he explains why solar and wind will not work. Because we have no way to dispose of this stuff. It just wouldn't work. Nuclear might work. Nuclear might work, but you have to do it safely. Hydroelectric would work, but you got to do that safely. Carbon emissions, I don't think that you can control the carbon emissions because you might do it in your country, but what about the other countries that don't give a damn? They're going to keep doing what they're doing anyway. It would be a hardship. Plus, when you use solar, you're advocating young African children to dig cobalt with their fingers to the bone because the cobalt is cheaper that way. That's why the ICO mine up in Snake River in Idaho isn't open right now because the price of cobalt went down because you have miners, and I don't mean like mining stuff, I mean small children working in cobalt strip mines in Africa. So do you want little kids to provide cobalt for the batteries? Because if you're going to have solar, you have to have batteries to store the energy if you're going to do it on a large scale. Now if you're camping, You can use a solar panel to charge your stuff with, and just use the smaller batteries, the lithium ones. You don't need the huge batteries to store your energy. I just bought a 100-watt solar panel, the Dokyo. I haven't used it yet, but from the way it looks, I'll be able to charge my power banks just from the solar panel. I won't need extra batteries. You could charge your devices, whatever, with solar. But don't go huge like solar fields and shit, because you can't destroy this shit, man. You can't get rid of it unless you got a rocket. Like, see, now if you had nuclear, you could take the nuclear waste, put it in one of Elon's rockets, and shoot it at the sun. Hydro is the greatest. Yes, hydro is good power, man. Hydro is great power, man. Just like in Dumaguete, Philippines, they have that geothermal pocket that comes up there, and they use that to turn turbines to produce the electricity for Dumaguete. Geothermal energy from the center of the earth, right? But you can't convince me that pollution is causing global warming, because if pollution lowered the temperature of the globe, it's redundant to say that it raises. You can do all the experiments you want, but we have proof. The Irish potato famine, the year without summer, all because of one volcano, right? So pollution should cool the planet, not warm the planet. Just like shooting gold flakes into the atmosphere would cool the planet. So that's my answer to all these scientists that I got to see their emails with. I had a website called Darknet 6 that I had free movies on, and these people used to intercept emails from these scientists, and the actual email stated exactly as such. Phil Jones in the UK said, "We had to fake the numbers to get the grant money." So that means they didn't know diddly squat. They just wanted the friggin' $2 billion in grant money. So basically, scientists fucked us and fucked our uh, industrial revolution, and made U.S. Steel go down from producing at 90% to like 10%, and got all our plastic factories closed because they said, "Oh, you're damaging the environment." Would you rather be homeless and have no money, or have a little bit of dirty air and a little bit of dirty water? Remember the hole in the ozone layer that was so dangerous and would cause sudden heat and UV burns? Yeah, well, that was from. See, there is some bad stuff you don't want in the atmosphere. It's called chlorofluorocarbons. They call it what? Chlorofluorocarbons. CFCs. Like when you used to use Right Guard deodorant, and they used to use it in the cans for aerosol. Those are bad. Plus, shooting rockets through the ozone layer doesn't help either. But if you were only shooting nuclear waste towards the sun, Yes, chlorofluorocarbons. That's exactly what they're called. It's supposed to be repairing itself, but I don't know. Plus, we've been here probably millions of times over the past millions and millions of years. We reached a point, we destroyed ourselves, and then we came back. Because they have a sunken city off of Kerala in India that is radioactive. In other words, there was a nuclear war over 15,000 years ago. So we finally reached to the point where we destroy ourselves, and then another civilization gets born. So, how many civilizations have there been since the beginning of the earth, even before the dinosaurs? Because they have artifacts that are older than the dinosaurs. One of them being the London Hammer. It's like they've carbon dated it to be between 100 and 140 million years old. Who the hell was using that hammer? If we weren't here, there was supposed to be no humans on the planet then. I think we've always been here. It's just that we wipe ourselves out and then we start over again. It's a vicious cycle. You look a bit like Noah build a boat. Yeah, I mean, and even before Noah built the boat that wiped out what? Most of the people. There was civilizations way before Noah, way before Jesus was here. They call them the Watchers, the Anunnaki. Just imagine if there's a planet on the exact opposite side of the sun that rotates at the exact speed as we're rotating. That's why we never see it, because it's always exactly to the opposite side. That could be that planet. What's it called? Nibiru? That could be planet Nibiru. We just can't see it because it stays constantly on the other side of the sun from us, right? Rotates at the exact same speed as Earth. But my poll, I think that George Soros should have his funds frozen for, paying these protesters to be violent protesters, man. He donates to NGOs. Well, the actual money doesn't go straight from his hands into the protesters' hands. He donates it to the NGOs, and the NGOs disperse it. And the people that are running the NGOs, they're the big ballers. They get to keep the big money. But I heard they were paying protesters $200 a day to be violent protesters. He's kicked out of Thailand for manipulating their currency. He can't go back there. He's kicked out of his home country of Hungary. They don't want him back. Why are we letting him stay here and funding Antifa and protesters? Why? Why? He's supposed to be a philanthropist, right? Well, if he was a philanthropist, he should be a peaceful philanthropist, right? Very, very peaceful. Donate to things that are going to help the world, not because you hate the world and you want everybody to not succeed, right? Evil. Evil. What lurks in the hearts and minds of men? Only the shadow knows, right? Luna is heading towards the southeastern hemisphere. It's slowly moving off of the screen. I can adjust it where you can see Luna better. I think. Yes, just a little bit. There's Luna. How do you like my new avatar, Halfwit? He's not a politician, Halfwit. He's a billionaire philanthropist that hates everybody, man. So he tries to destroy governments, man. He wants total anarchy across the planet, man. Everywhere. It would be great if we could just freeze his assets and make him a poor homeless. Him and his son. His son's about 40. We could make them both homeless philanthropists. Then maybe they could sit on the corner and beg with a cup. The way he made most of his money was by manipulating countries' currencies. Now he uses it against those countries to hurt them. I want to sue him for mental anguish, PTSD, and financial hardship because he's hurting the United States. If I could get a lawyer that would do it on a contingency basis, I would tell him, yes, we'll split it 50-50. Go after his ass. He bought the Odyssey radio platform, the internet radio Odyssey, and they were notifying illegals a day ahead of time that ICE was going to be in the neighborhood so that they could hide from ICE. Was probably the police helicopter, not a divine light. Do you see my new avatar with me being in the divine light? Do you like that new avatar? Isn't it nice? Did you see I changed the name of the channel to, I think it takes 24 hours to change, but it's now the Homeless Veteran Guru. Because the other name was like way too long. And everybody tells me that I remind them of Robert Plant or Jesus, so I figured I'd use that avatar. CBGB, he looks like Christopher Walken with a bad hairdo. He came live on Wishy's channel one night and I saw him there. If you want to donate, not you halfway, but whoever keeps popping in and out here, they're popping in and out like the bald-headed rat. If they want to donate here, I'm going to do this. Don't get mad at me, Halfwit. I'm going to put this up here on the screen, man. If they want to donate, they can flash that QR code. Are the trees moving, making that flicker? Yep, that's what it is. They can flash that QR code and donate to my channel if they want to. And if they don't have to. But they keep coming in and they keep going back and they keep coming in. Let me see if I go like this. Can you see me in the picture? If I switch it around? No? Sitting in the dark, sitting in the dark, turning on the light. Boom, 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 boom. Sitting in the dark, turning on the light. Look here. Ooh. Maybe I should do self-immolation, right? Light my beard on fire, huh? Ooh. We should go back to the Dark Ages, right? We could go back to the Dark Ages. Then we wouldn't be polluting the planet, right? Ooh. The divine light. Ooh. The divine light. Very peaceful out tonight. Very peaceful. About 70 something, maybe 70, 68, something like that. Bless you, my children. See, I'm mostly American Indian, so they say that American Indians smoke more than anybody else. Alaskan Eskimos and American Indians. Yeah, but you're in the southern hemisphere there, halfway. It's wintertime by you now. It's been cold here for like the past month and a half. It just now started to warm up, man. And I have lush green plants. Look, I'll put the camera facing the other way. Lush green plants growing up my fence there. Look at all the lush green plants. I saw the suicide raccoon squad earlier when I was coming from the pub watching the baseball game. They were crossing the street trying to get run over. You know how the summertime, did you ever notice that raccoons in the summertime, they do like a mass exodus across highways like they're trying to get killed? It's like they hate it here and they want to get run over. Roadkill. Rocky Raccoon. Ooh. I would play you some nice soothing music, but every time I play nice soothing music, they copyright claim. They don't strike it, but they claim. And the last one, they blocked the video. I had to take the music out for them to unblock it, man. Usually they just block it in Belarus and Russia, which is fine with me. Yeah, it's like a guy that's a criminal, and he has a shootout with the cops because he wants suicide by police. It's like the raccoons here. It's like they want suicide by car. They do it on purpose. They run right out in front of you, man. And you don't want to swerve, especially like for a tree rat or a raccoon. You don't want to swerve because then you'll crash your car. What's better, to run over a skunk, a possum, or or a squirrel, or to crash your car? Which is better? I think yours are called possums and ours are called opossums. They're basically ugly fucking marsupials, man, with real sharp teeth. Here, the ones here, they play dead, and then if you go near them, they will attack you. That's why when I was getting carjacked, my gun was in the fucking tent. Because I didn't know I could carry it with me because they changed the laws here now. We have constitutional carry now. So as long as you can buy a gun, you can carry it with you. But I used my wits and my reflexes to get away from the carjacker. Most other people would have saw the gun, froze, and gave everything up, but not me. I'm not going out without a fight. That sub-Saharan bastard with his Antifa hoodie on, those oval cutout. I could identify him out of a line because I was looking at him straight dead in his eyes. Man. I got his milk chocolate, milk chocolate skin tone, his eyes and his nose exactly how it was. Because for a sub-Saharan, his nose wasn't that flat and smashed out. Well, at least I'm getting like one watch hour, and sometimes like earlier today I went live and I got like 8 people for like over an hour, man. We have Aussie possum and national pests, so I take my dog on regular hunts on the farm. Riverbeds where they traffic in nests. Well, they're regular. We have opossums. They're more of like a grayish color, like a silverish gray color. And they are nasty looking, man. I mean, that's one of the ugliest creatures I've ever seen, man. Is an opossum. Last year I was sitting back here and I had my door open instead of just a window down. I had my foot like propped up on the door and I seen this big shadow by me. I said, "What the fuck is it?" It's a raccoon the size of a dog that came up on the side of my car. I heard him slam the door so he didn't bite me. They're thieves. They'll steal anything that you leave out. They'll steal it. That's why they got the bandit things across their eyes, because they're thieves. Luna is moving across the sky there. It's starting to go off to the south, and south and the west, to the south and the west. Ooh. Are there ghosts in them there vines? Ooh. I usually like to sit out here and listen to the radio. But like I said, if I put the radio on, they're going to give me a copyright claim. It doesn't affect your channel, sir, but they can claim your video and you can't monetize it. they can claim it and take all the monetization. But see, I don't know if they're getting the watch hours too, because my watch hours, they go up like maybe 10, and then they go back down 10, and they go back up 10, and they go back down 10. I can't get them to steadily climb. I need more thumbs up so I can get in the algorithm, so I get like 100 people coming in spamming, just spamming the chat. I had that happen in Manila. That chat was just like zooming. I mean, there's a way to slow it down, but it was like zooming. They were all doing the skibbity yacht, 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 yacht bullshit, man. Say skibbity yacht. Oh, I don't know why I'm tired, man. I had a good afternoon nap, man. I had my little fan blowing on me in the tent. I had a little fan going. I had a power bank hooked up to it so that it wouldn't run out of juice. I had a power bank. I had music going. I was listening to my playlist on the phone. I wish I could play my playlist that's on the phone while I'm live, but I can't. I wonder if you play the news, if it gets copyright claimed. I know that playing, which song was it they said made it go totally blocked? It was, oh, the AC/DC one. Highway to Hell made it go totally blocked. And then sometimes I'll karaoke and they'll give me a copyright claim. How can that be? It's me singing. Ooh. 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 We have that bright cop light. That's a bright cop light there. Bright police light. I'm coming to get you. I have returned, and I'm coming after George Soros, the Antichrist. Hey. We'll put you back on the moon. There you go. I wouldn't mind going to the moon. I like moons. I like big, beautiful moons. Big, beautiful moons and big, beautiful boobies. Mary Magdalene had big, beautiful boobies. I used to sleep with her all the time. We had some offspring that they snuck out to Europe that they didn't want people to know about. That was the Holy Grail, the bloodline of Jesus. I know, I'm going to hell for being blasphemous. I know this. I did find cigarettes, though, half-wit that are cheaper than them Winstons, man. They're only $4 a pack. They're made in Turkey. Ooh, let me show you. I get 2 packs of these LD short reds, right? Made in Turkey. I get 2 packs of these for the price of 1 pack of Winstons, and they taste about the same. They actually have a taste to them, not like those 24/7s that are like You're inhaling just no taste at all, man. These aren't bad at all. Well, I'll be able to save half of the money that I was spending on cigarettes every month now. And since I'm going to start going shopping at Aldi's and Walmart to get some canned stuff to put inside my tent, I'll be saving instead of spending $20 a day to eat out. I'll be eating on about $4 to $5 a day. I'm not gonna buy a cooler to put lunch meat and stuff in because they sell those packs that you go to the store and you just get a loaf of bread and you eat it all in one day, man. You eat one meal early and then you take the rest of the stuff out and eat it later. Half a pound of salami and some provolone or some Swiss or some Munster. It seals up. It's not gonna spoil in like 8 hours. You eat one meal and then 6 to 8 hours later you eat another one. A couple of sandwiches. I'm a lucky bugger. I'm a lucky bugger. Do 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 do. Man, I took a couple of Valiums about an hour and a half ago, man. They're starting to really make me chillax, man. I know when I hit that air mattress in the tent, I'm gonna be like out like a rock. Oh, and the girl at the gas station charged me $1 extra for my 2 liter of Diet Pepsi. I told her they're on sale for $2.49. She said, "Oh no, that's old." I said, "Well, that's what they've been charging me." Because I had the cash ready. I had like $5 and some change ready. Because I got two little dollar oatmeal cookies and I bought that. And I would have had just enough money cash to pay her. But it went over and I said, "Oh fuck, how come it's over?" I didn't even look at it and I flashed my card instead. And I said, "Wait, you overcharged me $1. That's why it went over." She said, "Well, you'll have to come back and talk to management because I can't do it." I said, "Don't worry about it." I said, I come here because it was so cheap. That's why I go there because they were like $2.49 for a big 2 liter, right? They also have the big jugs, like the gallon jugs of water for like I think $2 for a big gallon jug instead of buying one of those little bottles of water. I went in the house today and I filled up a 2 liter Pepsi bottle from the tap water, man. I filled it up because it was pretty toasty this afternoon. I wanted to drink some water to stay hydrated. I didn't want to have to make a stream saying I suffered from heat exhaustion like Big Kev did. I'm a lucky bugger. I'd be even lucky if somebody said in the chat, "I want to donate." If you want to donate, just say, "I want to donate," and I will put up the PayPal QR code. Or you can just go to my community post and there's a QR code there. It says if you want to support this channel, and the QR code's right there. But I don't insist on people donating. I don't care either way. You want to donate, donate. If you don't want to support the channel, then don't. I'm not going to spend the money on cigarettes. I'm not going to spend the money on booze. I'm not going to spend the money on hookers. I will buy camera equipment so I can make better videos for you peeps. Like a GoPro or something like that. That's what I'm going to use the money for. To buy camping gear to show you which camping gear to buy. Like do more reviews, like my must essentials for camping video that I did when I was laughing about because I didn't know the name of the Coleman bag. It's only a 13-minute video, but no, we have liters, like liter bottles and 2 liter bottles. In the sodas. Now, in gasoline and shit like that, like milk and stuff, they usually do like quarts or gallons. But in the soda pop, it's always 2 liters. Now, in Vietnam, they sell the bottles as 600 milliliters, which is about 20-ounce bottle. 3 of them for $1, man. Or you can get a big bottle like a 2 liter, but it's milliliters or whatever. And you get a big bottle like that for $1, man. Tony's Fossicking Adventures. Welcome to the chat. I'd never give money to someone who isn't going to spend it on hookers. What the fuck? I agree, man. Gotta spend it on hookers, booze, and if you spend your money on hookers, booze, and cigarettes and shit, then you get the $100 donations and the $50 donations and shit, man. All them guys are. If you have a heat stroke in Cambodia, whatever, then I was watching the stream for a little bit, like on the replay, and I think he made like about $100 because of that shit. I know for sure I saw he got $20 twice. That guy John Baker, he does a lot of donations. The other Indian guy, man. Cigarettes, whiskey, and wild, wild women. That's right, Tony. That's right. But we're having a peaceful prayer vigil here. That's the moon up there in the right-hand corner. That's the moon. It's going out of the picture now. So, you missed the moons over my hand. I had the Luna God. We're all at one with the universe, man. Look at here. Ooh. We got ghosts in the machine. Ooh. Ghosts in the machine. The camera he wants is so we can watch him with the hooker. That's right. I have to buy a tripod and a GoPro. If I'm gonna do sex videos, they gotta be good quality, man. I can't be using just a phone, man. You just use just a phone and you get shit like this, like, ooh, ooh. He looks like an old 49er miner, or like that picture of Jesus Cristo. This is my new avatar. Is the new channel name showing up, Tony? The Homeless Veteran Guru? I shortened it because the other name was way, way, way too long, man. Only at the one depends on what you're smoking, right? Yeah. Well, I got these for like 2 for the price of a pack of Winston's. They're called LDs. They're made in Turkey. And they taste all right, man. They actually have the same amount of nicotine as a Winston. Not a bad cigarette, man. Can you hear the trains? I hear the train coming. We're trying to have a peaceful protest against the protesters. We're having a peaceful protest against the protesters. I want George Soros to have all his assets frozen, or I'm going to sue him for ruining my life by fucking with the United States government, funding NGOs that are funding the rioters because he hates the world. He can't even go back to his own country, Hungary. They won't let him in. They won't let him into Thailand, definitely, because he was manipulating the currency. That's how he made most of his money. By manipulating Thai currency. He's a billionaire philanthropist. And man, he's one ugly dude, man. Does anybody want to see a picture of George Soros? If you want to see a picture of George Soros, tap the thumbs up. Because there's other people here that haven't done it. If you want to see a picture of George Soros, double tap your phone and give me a thumbs up. And I will show you a picture of George Soros. The ugly bastard. Tony, do you remember the MTV Celebrity Deathmatch? Do you remember that show they had on there, Celebrity Deathmatch? Where they would do cartoons of different people, you know, like have them go into the octagon and fight to the death. That's what I want to do with George Soros. I want to get in the octagon with him and fight him to the death, man. Celebrity Deathmatch. The homeless veteran guru against George Soros. I'll even take his 40-something-year-old kid on, too. I'll take them both on at the same time, man. You didn't see that there? It used to be on MTV. Google up on YouTube or look for celebrity death matches. It's pretty funny, man. It was one of those offshoot shows like Beavis and Butthead, you know, like, I'm Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole. Yeah, they had like a bunch of like cartoon shows on there. It was pretty funny, man. They used to have like a heavy metal show too on there. I can't remember what the name of it was. But they had a heavy metal show where it had all these guys that were like in a heavy metal band. And they were all like just goof offs, just total fuck ups. But we're not criticizing today. We're blessing everybody. I bless everybody out there to get everything that your heart desires, man. That's why I changed my avatar, too. I'm floating in the sky, looking for the Anunnaki and the reptilians in Antarctica. I want to meet the reptilians so they can reverse engineer my DNA. Since it's already capped off so that we die. What TV show used to have Alabama play on it? I don't know. I was too busy drinking to watch MTV. I don't know what show Bama was on. I don't know. Maybe it was not Cribs. Maybe it was Adventures at the Waffle House. Adventures at the Waffle House. I even bless Bama, man. I bless everybody. I have no hatred towards anybody. Except low-life hoes that take all your money and use you and abuse you. I don't like low-life hoes that take your money and use you and abuse you, man. That's the only thing I'm totally against. It was hosted by Andy Gibb, I think. I don't remember that show. That's one I don't remember. Maybe you guys got different programming down there than we got up here. But Nathan sent me a few clips of the fabulous Furry Freak Brothers through Messenger, man, that he found on YouTube. You did get the fabulous Furry Freak Brothers, though, because, like I said, Nathan sent me clips. Later, Philip, time for my rest. Okay, I don't know what time it is there, but you have a great, blessed rest, man. I was hoping that Spiritual Prepper would show up so I could tell him, bless you, Spiritual Prepper. Have a nice, beautiful, wonderful, wonderful day. Spiritual Prepper, he's a pretty good dude, man. Let's put it this way. He's he has good intentions. Let's put it that way. Even though he rambles on when you're trying to talk, and then the story goes on forever, right? Yeah, he's been to 2 of my streams already, Tony. I let him up on one where it's talking about growing vegetables and shit. If you go back in my live streams there, it was on a StreamYard. And I actually let him come up and talk about growing vegetables. And I talked with him about growing vegetables, man. Yeah, he comes in every now and then. He'll say, hello, Tony. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, wonderful day and a week. He's still the same old prepper. Unless somebody's impersonating him, but I don't think so. When he was on my show, with the StreamYard show, it was him, because I heard his voice. He's talking about hiding vegetables under your shed in a root cellar and then put the shed on top of it. Yes, still has. He's just eccentric. Let's put it that way, Tony. He's an eccentric man, you know. Very much eccentric. You know, taking your clothes in a bag on an airplane and stuff like that. You know, I mean, just being a little eccentric. I always got along with him, but it was so funny. I think you were there. Yeah, I mean, I try to be nice to everybody. But I remember the time that King of Clowns was on the live stream, and every time that Prepper would try to talk, he had that new sound card, and remember that? He was doing Beatles, 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 Beatles. I was laughing my ass off, man. That was funny. That's when he, not she, was still King of Clowns. Beatles, 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 Beatles. Then he became Lucy, and he told me to quit dead naming him. And now I believe he's Yummy Mango. I think Yummy Mango is John. I believe that. Because you know how them Aussies like to talk about scat all the time. He's always coming in, did you have a good poop today? You know, so I'm thinking that's what I don't know for sure, but eccentric is a good word. That's a polite word for saying that somebody over exaggerates on stuff and, you know, does stuff like they're eccentric, right? Yeah. You don't call them fruity pebbles, you know. If you want to be nice to them, you don't call them fruity pebbles. Well, Tony, when I get to, what time is it by you? Is it like afternoon or what time is it there? And have you found any nuggets lately? I show my face all the time. I don't care. Ah, okay. It's like, what, 2 in the morning here? 3 in the morning here. Damn, time for me to hit the sack, man. I'm gonna let it go 7 more minutes, an hour and 30. I don't want to go over an hour and 30 because then when it's processing it, it doesn't like process it for like an hour. I mean, the chat's showing up now, but the other people that rewatch the stream, they can't see the live chat because it has to process. So I don't like to go over. Like I did one the other day, 9 friggin' hours, man. Which of course I did take a nap during the middle of it. I'm pissed off though that I only got like 2 votes on should George Soros be defunded, assets frozen. And it's 50-50. He hates the world, man. They should take his funds away from him, freeze him. So he can't fuck with other countries, man. And pay protesters to throw rocks at cops and shit. I like your Aussie news. Lefties losing it. That's a pretty good show. What's her name? Like Italian name, like Panini, Pahini. See, in Italian, panini means sandwich, so I think her name is Rita Pahini. That's what is that? Is that Newsmax or what channel is that she's on? And then I watched the Aussie 60 Minutes about that guy that killed himself on that zip line in Laos. You should watch the video about the guy that killed himself on the zip line in Laos, though. They went there like a spring break type thing, and they were drinking and acting stupid. And he went to zip line the first time he did it fine, hit the river. The second time he went, when he went under his head or something, hit a rock. And they pulled him out of the water and gave him CPR. And by the time they got him to the hospital, he died. And then they also talk about tourists that drank the methanol laced alcohol. That's why whenever I go to Southeast Asia, if I tell somebody if you're going to drink, don't order cocktails, order the whole freaking bottle. Buy the bottle. That's the best way to do it. It's cheaper, and you're not going to get methanol. Yeah, it was like a spring break type thing. His mom was under saying, like, that's the worst thing could happen. I knew something was going to happen. But you know what? If you go someplace on vacation like that, and you're going to act the fool, you act the fool, you end up the fool, right? I mean, I feel sorry for his mother, but I mean, it's kind of like they were asking for it. I mean, you don't go jumping off a 20-story building hoping that you're going to land on your feet and just break your legs. That's kind of stupid to do shit like that. Or get yourself a kite and jump off of a building. Yeah, natural selection, yep. If you do stupid things, you expect stupid consequences, man. Like that carjacker told me, get out of the car. I hit the key and stomped on it, man. If I'd have got out of the car, I might not be talking to you right now. And then all my either that or all my fucking shit that I had in the car and plus the money I had. He didn't tell me give you your money. He just said get out of the car. And I reached for the key. He said, don't take the keys out. I said, I'm not. And I hit the key. Luckily, I'd been charging devices, so I had the car running, so I didn't drain the battery all the way down. And that way, it was warm, so when I hit the key, it just fired right up. I dropped it in low and screamed the tires on his ass. And I went around to Dunkin' Donuts, and if he was still standing there, I probably would have ran his fucking ass over, man. Of course, the cops are looking for him, but, I ain't worried about it. But now I know I can pack. We got constitutional carry in Indiana, so you don't need a license. You don't need anything. If you can buy the gun, you can carry it. So I don't have to leave my gun in the tent anymore. I can just take it with me. But I want to get another Derringer. I like those 2-shot over and under. They got the 44, but man, the 38 I had last time, man, it kicked like a fucking mule, man. So I figured the 38's good enough, man. 38 357. Load that fucker with a hollow point. You know, 2 feet away, you shoot at the chest, you're gonna blow his fucking rib cage out, man. You know. He's lucky I didn't know about that law, because when he pulled that 25 automatic on me, I would have just reached in my pocket and went pow, because he hesitated, you know. People should never ever hesitate. Don't hesitate. If you're gonna do it, do it. Just do it. Of course, we're peacefully today. We're being very peaceful. Very peaceful. And before I go, here's what I'm gonna do. Well, first I have to turn this key. I'm gonna go like this. Bless you all for showing up. Namaste. I hope that you're at one with the universe and that you have a peaceful life and live and prosper. Adios. Allah salam alaikum. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Namaste.